Hey YouTube, Sandy Frank here. This week's episode of Hobby Talk, I wanted to talk about a subject that I've been thinking about this week, and that is the trend right now of the new releases having these monster bounties on hit cards, on like the product chase cards. Really interesting. A development that's just come around, I think, the last couple of years. And I think one of the first bounties that I remember hearing about was from right here, Star Wars Galaxy, Chrome. There were some bounties on a couple of the superfractors of some of the more desirable cards from that set. I think they were like $10,000 for bounties on those. Now I don't know if they might have been 15,000, 10 or 15,000, something like that. I don't know if those ever got claimed or not, but um, crazy. Just that you can pull cards from your Star Wars box and you know be able to get that kind of money. And then this new Magic the Gathering set, which is not cards that I collect at all, but I'm very interested in hearing about the new Lord of the Rings Magic the Gathering set, where there's a one of one, the One Ring card in that set that's serialized one of one that some of the big time Magic collectors are offering bounties on. I believe that one's up over $100,000 now for a bounty on that card if someone were to pull it. And that is that set comes out in like June. But for me, someone that doesn't even collect Magic the Gathering or have ever bought a single pack, you know, maybe I should buy me a box just to put away, you know. And I'll tell you why I think that later. But then you have Mezzu. You know, Mezzu, definitely not the most popular brand of all time. But even out of the Topps Chrome Mezzu, there's a couple bounties on superfractors from that set, including from Steve Aoki offering $30,000 for the Mothman one of one. And I believe Mike Waddell is offering like a $10,000 bounty or $15,000 bounty for the card of him that's a superfractor. Yeah, crazy. And of course, superfractors are one of ones. There's only one, so it's like a big chase. And there's an actual bounty that got claimed apparently from this year's Top Series 1 of the Golden Mirror cards. I don't have any idea what those are, but someone was able to put together a set of those and got a $250,000 bounty. Crazy. And then with the brand new 2023 Bowman that just came out, there's a bounty from Dave and Adam's Card World right now for $250,000 for the Superfractor Auto of Andrew Jones. So you hear about these bounties. I mean, there's probably bigger ones and other stuff that I haven't heard about yet, but this is definitely something that's really taking off. Seems like it's definitely trending more and more. What do you guys think about bounties? Is this something that's good for the hobby? Is it something that's bad? Do you care? Does it make you want to, buy a certain box of cards thinking, hey, I have a shot at a sometimes six-figure card? And what will that do to sealed box prices is what I'm really curious about if no one pulls that card. Like, for instance, the Mezzu set, that's not a hugely printed set, but no one has stepped forward claiming any of these bounties, so they're still, theoretically still in boxes somewhere. There are people that are chasing those, and they're buying up tons of Mezzu stuff, trying to chase down those superfractors, which, it doesn't make monetary sense because you're going to spend way more than that buying up the product trying to find those than you're going to get in the bounty. But, I guess they're having the fun of the pursuit. Now, I I was going to buy Star Wars Chrome Galaxy no matter what, but the box prices of those started off what I thought was way too high, and I don't think it had anything to do with this bounty that was these bounties that were out on some of the superfractors, but box prices on those have started to come down, so um, that's good news for me, because if it gets to a certain point, I'm definitely buying some 2022 Star Wars Galaxy. Now, if you look at the Magic the Gathering set, a set that I have zero interest in playing or collecting or any of that, I do think it would be cool to just buy a box at a good price. Now, pre-order prices for those collector boxes are around $400, which is insane. But I think it's speculation on wanting to get, some of these serialized rings cards, which are a really cool idea. And I'm sure some of it is people thinking, hey, I can get 6 figures for the one ring card. The one card in the whole set that's a 1/1. I wouldn't mind putting away a box, because if no one pulls that card, the box prices in theory should continue to go up. And if it's just one card in the whole print run, it might not ever get pulled. And, or it could be some private collector that actually pulls it and doesn't make it known, or some kid opens a pack and, doesn't know what he has and ends up, going into his binder or something, So, really interesting about serialized cards and these crazy bounties on things. Like these Mezu boxes with people actually trying to find these bounty cards, the box prices have gone up. And I haven't opened any yet. I'm not a super fan of how the cards look, so I'm willing to hold a couple boxes and just see, maybe I can double my money on the boxes sealed, someday, if people are still trying to find those superfractors for bounties. And, who knows? I might open a blast or something, and hey, you never know, right? Supposedly there have been superfractors found mostly in the blasters, which is kind of funny that the hobby boxes have very few superfractors found so far, and they're mostly in blasters. But that's just tops for you, just doing weird stuff. So, what do you guys think? What do you guys think of bounties? My bottom line is, I think it is good for the hobby because it generates interest. This might be part of Fanatics' plan. Like most of these things that we're talking about are Fanatics products, tops / Bowman stuff like that. They're trying to 10x the hobby. I didn't think of this as being one of the ways they could do it, but I think it's part of their plan. Do you think that it will affect the card prices adversely? Even like, we also have breakers in the mix too. I should do a video about breakers, about how breakers seem like they're all we're doing is getting more and more breakers, more and more breaking channels. There has to be thousands of breakers at this point, which drives up the prices of product. I think we've seen that for sure in the last 3 years, for sure, where a lot of things that used to be fun to open that was cheap, now it's expensive because all the breaking out there. Hey, it is what it is. I don't hate breakers. I use some breakers once in a while on some things that I think is a good deal, or whatever. So maybe I'm part of the problem because I have bought into breaks. But breakers definitely, there's no doubt about it, cause the prices of sealed product to go up. And as breaking continues to get bigger and bigger, print runs will go up and up, and box prices are going to keep going up. will the same thing happen with these bounties? If bounties get to be like $1 million for a card, I could definitely see that very much affecting the box prices. And print runs will probably go up even more because they know, hey, everybody's looking for the bounty. We can sell more boxes. So in some ways, it's a bad thing for the hobby, but in other ways, it is growing the hobby. And if you make the right play and can find some good deals on boxes that are attached to some sort of bounty that hasn't been found, those box prices could go up, and it could be like a little play that you have to, flip a box, make some money off of a box. Some people don't think that's good for the hobby of people buying and selling boxes. I do it sometimes, but I like to. That's what I do. I buy and sell, mostly to collect. But when I want to buy like something like this, I sell other stuff so I have the money to buy that stuff. And if I do well enough, then I can buy more stuff. And I've been able to grow my collection quite a bit through buying stuff and selling things, and just being lucky, I guess. All right. So the most important thing, guys, is what do you guys think? Put down in the comments. Bottom line, are bounties good for the hobby or are they bad? Is there anything? And if you think they're good, do you think there's any bad side effects? If they're bad, do you think there's any good side effects? All right. I definitely can't wait to see your guys' comment about this subject. All right. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more videos later.